Hi there, I'm Elissa, and I'm here with PhillyCAM to talk to you a little bit about how microphones work and selecting the best one for your given scenario so you can get the best recording possible for your project. So let's start off. What does a microphone do? A microphone converts sound waves into electrical waves, so you can use them on a computer or any other given device. So how does a microphone work? If you look here in this slide, in the top left corner, you'll see a diagram of a dynamic microphone. This is your very stereotypical microphone. It's probably what came to mind first when I said microphone. As you'll see at the front, there is something called a diaphragm. This is beyond the little metal screen we see outside of a microphone. It's a tiny plate that's attached to a magnet, and around that magnet is a coil, and it's wrapped up a ton of times. It's a copper coil wrapped around a magnet a ton of times. This creates a magnetic field. When you talk into a microphone, or when a sound happens into a microphone, it vibrates the diaphragm that's connected to this magnet with the copper coil around it. That vibration disrupts the magnetic field and creates an electrical wave, which then travels down the cable and into whatever device it's attached to. Something we talk about when selecting microphones is the microphone's pickup pattern. If you'll see in the bottom right corner, there's another diagram with several pickup patterns. There are more than just these three, but these three are the most common. The first you'll see is the omnidirectional pickup pattern. What this means is that the microphone has the ability to pick up sound from 360 all the way around it. A unidirectional microphone, or cardioid, the pickup pattern is just from in front of the microphone. So the diagram above, the dynamic microphone, that has a unidirectional pickup pattern because it is only picking up sound from right in front of it. A bidirectional pickup pattern is in a figure 8 as such. There's a lot of different microphones that we can choose from for any given project, but I want to go through a few of the most common. The first that we have, which I keep mentioning, is the dynamic microphone. It's the most familiar looking, and it's capable of picking up loud, strong sounds. On the other side, it's not very sensitive to quiet sounds or high frequencies. Another kind of microphone that you could use is a condenser mic. It contains a capacitor and uses phantom power, also known as 48 volts. What does that mean? Well, whatever device you plug it into will have a little button that says phantom power. You'll have to select that button in order to use the condenser mic. What it will do is send electricity to power the microphone. Condenser microphones are used for capturing more delicate sounds and higher frequencies, particularly in a studio setting or in a treated room, which just means that you have put in the extra effort to make sure that the room you're in is avoiding reflections. Some of the downsides of a condenser microphone is it's more delicate in its make and model, so you have to be very, very gentle with it. It's definitely more expensive, and it's really not great at dealing with louder sounds. Another microphone you might find yourself using is a shotgun mic, also known as tube mics. They're a very common choice for field recording. Their long, narrow capsules are designed to have an extremely narrow pickup range, making them perfect for honing in on a voice while recording ambient noise. Another kind of microphone you could use is a lavalier microphone, also known as a lav or a body mic. The way the lavalier will work is you'll attach the little microphone, probably around here. You want to be careful that wherever you attach it to, there isn't going to be rustling happening that will create extra sounds. And then a cable will go down the clothing into a little pack. This pack is called the transmitter. The transmitter will then send a signal, very much like a radio, to a receiver. That receiver will be plugged into your device. Lavalier microphones are really good for doing interviews that might be outside, or if the person who's talking has to move around a lot and doesn't have the ability to be holding a microphone. It's also good if you don't want to have a microphone present in your video recording. Another microphone I really love to use is the microphone in my smartphone. It's great for on the go, and I'm going to have a video at the end of this series that talks about some hot tips as far as getting good sound recording on your phone. But that microphone is honestly awesome, great to use. Another great microphone is if you have the Apple earbuds. That microphone is also awesome for doing interviews. What I've done in the past is if I'm interviewing somebody, we will have our own separate earbuds and we'll be sitting across from each other and we'll just hit record on our smartphones at the same time and do the interview that way, and then in post-production edit both of the audios together. Another kind of microphone you might find yourself using is a field recorder. There's a lot of different kinds of field recorders, but the one I love best is the Zoom HN4 Pro. You'll see it has these two microphones at the top, which have the omnidirectional pickup pattern. They pick up from 360, and because there's two of them, they're able to record in stereo. What that means is one of these is recording to the left channel and one is recording to the right. Field recorders are great because they have the interface built right into them. So you're able to record straight onto an SD card and then upload that recording to your computer after. What are some accessories that you might need for your microphone? A pop filter is a big one. A pop filter, pop shield, or pop screen is a noise protection filter for microphones, typically used in a recording studio. It serves to reduce or eliminate popping sounds caused by the mechanical impact of fast-moving air on the microphone from pulses during recorded speech and singing. What does that mean? It'll help reduce the potential clipping that might result from going pop, 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 into a microphone. Another really important thing to get for your microphone is a windscreen. It looks like this funny little hat down here. It's really important because when wind hits a microphone, it can totally destroy your recording and you will have no way to get it out in post-production. Windscreens, very important. That being said, how do you select the right microphone for any situation you might be needing one? Ask yourself the following questions. First, what are you recording? Is it an interview? Are you trying to get the sound of water? What are you recording? Is it going to be loud? Is it a passionate speech? You might want to use a dynamic microphone in that situation. However, if you're doing something that's more like a podcast, or you're trying to get a very delicate tapping sound for a video effect, maybe a condenser microphone is better for you. Another question to ask yourself is, what is the environment in which you're recording? Is the room treated, like I talked about before? Is there a lot of background noise? Is there going to be wind? Is there going to be fans? These are all questions to consider when selecting a microphone. What sort of range do you want? What do I mean by that? How far away is your main sound source going to be? But also, what frequency range? Is there going to be a lot of bass sounds? Is there going to be a lot of high frequencies that you want to pick up? And last but not least, how are you going to get this recording onto your computer? Do you have an interface? Do you need to plug the microphone straight into your computer? Or do you need to record straight onto an SD card and get a little SD card adapter that you can then plug into your computer? All really important questions when selecting a microphone.